That ball is rolling.
In our last game, maybe you would have liked another save or two against the Minnesota. In our last game, maybe you would have liked another save or two against the Minnesota team. That I'll tell you what, JD, Marcus and I.
And so these goals being 2 meters tall, there's a lot of space over their heads. So it's always interesting as we see a shot there from the wing, stuffed by Valenzuela. Oh, errant turnover.
It's 1-1, 21-35. We are going through some buffering issues, so our score bug has been a little kooky. We'll sort that out, of course, but
keep you up to date as the game progresses.
You know, we were scrambling pretty much up to this morning even.
Oh, yes. On the court one, we misplaced. I'm not sure if we ever found it, the power cord for the camcorder. Great move by 15.
Well, I'll tell you what, number 15 hasn't misplaced her power source.
No, that's for sure. That was an absolute missile.
All right, I think we have our score bug up and running now. So now you can see at home what we can see here. It's a 2-1 game. But a defensive duel, JD,
yes.
Like you said, as a goalie, you don't mind those kinds of games. But how does that affect strategy when you don't score a ton of goals compared to the game you just played in?
Yeah, it's one of those things you got to capitalize on every offense then, because, you know, if you're not getting goals quick and easy, you got to play strong, long defense and then long, I'd say successful offensive sessions. So every possession matters at that point. And that's where a good goalie can make a difference in the game.
Matif Salt Lake and the California Eagles will follow in our women's group stage games. This is the first of 2 games every team will play today. Of course, a couple squads got started last night. This is Vancouver. Did they enter the zone?
That was a passive play. So
passive
they
play.
Had 4 passes once the referees raised their hand to get the shot off. Kind of an arbitrary thing. It's where a lot of Americans don't like that because it's referee discretion. So a little bit difficult to put your finger on when to do it, but as a referee, you kind of know that they've been stalling.
And Marcus was talking about the defensive value of that, and Dallas laces another one. That's Rahaf Abdallah, number 2.
Great play there from Dallas. They ran wing in, and the Vancouver defense never adjusted to her coming all the way in from the left wing.
Abdallah makes it 3-1 Dallas, and Dallas has scored 3 in a row, but Marcus was talking about how you'll try to bait your opponents when they have the ball into that passive play. There's not a shot clock per se, but you get 3 seconds, as I understand it, to make some kind of play with the ball.
Correct. So that's where, you know, you on defense want to get wraps and stop the progression of the offense so that it gives the impression that they are not doing as much, and that's where the referees will be more likely to send in that passive play. As we see Dallas trying to run a 2-pivot offense here. They'll move the wing back out to her spot in the corner.
Abdallah got it. Back-to-back goals for Rahaf Abdallah.
She didn't have much of an angle to work with there, but goalie came off of her post and gave her just a sliver to make her way to the back of the net.
So after Vancouver scored the opening goal, and is that she, I think, or didn't I see him at the play for Dallas, the men's team, just a little while ago, coaching?
Yes, you know, a lot of people, like we said, great wing shot there from number 8 on Vancouver. Here in the U.S. handball community, everybody's wearing multiple hats. It doesn't matter where you're at. You're a coach, you're a player, you're a referee, you're a fan, you're a event coordinator. You're doing it all.
The last goal scored for Vancouver, Nandita Zaveri. Dallas with the ball now as they move to the right side. The attack and the stop. Chi Min Lee is the keeper for Vancouver. And as you noted, JD, for some of the women competing in this tournament, she does look a little smaller, well, compared to you and Lippert.
She's got good length, though. We just saw her. She's got a good
free throw, though.
7 meter. They were playing in defense inside the 6.
That's what happened. Again, you can't enter that 6 meter zone. And Dallas will take the freebie. That's Jacqueline Lopez, number 13.
Yeah, she capitalized on exactly what we talked about there and went top shelf. So we'll see Vancouver try to respond here. They started out with a commanding lead for what was a long period of time of 1-0.
I was going to say, 1-0 isn't much of a lead, but in a low-scoring affair, it can be. But that's the beauty of this sport, how quickly things can turn. You got a taste of that just a little while ago. It was going back and forth. Minnesota get a goal, and then
we were down 4.
Columbus got a goal.
You blink and we're down 1, and
it was
we're back down 4.
Both teams seemingly could score at will. That shot hit the post, but there was a grab, and we're going to get a suspension.
Yep.
It's going to be on Vancouver's number 10, Rosanna Scavone.
She was holding her from behind during the act of shooting. That's not safe, and so the 7 meters been awarded here.
Lopez fakes, fires, caught it. Went off the leg, but it went in the net. That's what counts.
Yeah, that's what I like about 7 meters. It's very much a cat and mouse kind of game of chess. You as the goalie and the shooter, you got a couple seconds to make some decisions about where they're going to go. You can just guess. You can be sneaky about it, just sell out or try to make a response. But either way, you got to get in the other one's head.
They're going to call the grab on Kelsey Lott, number 5 for Dallas. Their keeper is Valenzuela, as we noted, and there's another grab, but this time it's Dallas grabbing the ball.
Yeah, another turnover there from Vancouver. They don't need that if they want to stick in this game. Ooh.
Travel?
Yes. She didn't like the call there.
Now, is that the right call? Because that's a basketball.
Yep, nope.
Okay, that is correct.
Same hand signal. So a lot of carryover, I'd say.
Marcus wasn't quite sure. He didn't know it was called traveling.
Yep. You still have double dribble as well. It's the same hand signals. So
that's 18 years of basketball for you.
Yeah, so you can transition just fine with some of these referee calls.
Here comes Vancouver. Valenzuela got a piece of it, although that was off speed. I think Dallas had a strong defensive stance there.
Yeah, I think they're still struggling when number 8's coming in from the wing to pick her up, and she's been getting some clean looks. So unfortunately for Vancouver, they're not being able to capitalize on these good shot attempts.
Dallas up 6-2. Under 15 minutes to play approximately as our graphics are in sync.
They're
Another
almost
whistle.
back to even strength here for Vancouver. Big block.
Number 12, Garcia Gomez. Grab before the shot.
And right now, Vancouver's back to full strength.
And Dallas will reset at the 9-meter line.
Oh, pick up top here.
Around Dallas goes Vancouver. That's a tough break, JD. Minnesota ran into that several times, and you've probably been on the receiving end of this. You think you got the stop, but a grab or someone enters the zone, and then your opponent gets the ball back.
Again, that's that referee discretion on things. Oh, boy.
I saw the hand go up, so I think Dallas was ready to make their move, but another collision.
Yeah, passive plays been called here, so they only got a handful of passes left. You're going to see them capitalize here on a quick shot. My money says number 15.
That would be, well, we don't have her name.
Oh!
We don't have a 15 on the roster that was given to us.
Oh, secret weapon, okay.
The secret weapon, or in the case of Marcus, they didn't have his number.
Oh.
He had to borrow another jersey and put a piece of tape on it to turn a 9 into an 8.
It happens to the best of us.
Do we have timeout cards?
Yep.
I think, okay.
Some minor table pre-work mistakes there. We're all learning here. We're not asked to do that, but everybody steps in. But we all know that you get 2 timeouts here in this first half.
2 timeouts per half?
Well, not quite. It's unique. So you get 1 1/2 and 1 that can go between either one. So if you use 2 timeouts in the first half, you only get 1 in the second.
Okay, so you have 3 total timeouts.
Yep.
1 dedicated for each half, and then 1 floater.
Yep.
Okay. This is my 3rd handball game. I've learned quite a bit already, but all these nooks and crannies. Well, I had to start somewhere too in basketball.
Yep. It's a unique game, that's for sure. It's one of those things, if you can count to 3, you can figure it out pretty quick. As we see Dallas, great ball movement.
Oh, you're
giving
me way too
backcourt.
much credit. I can get to 2.5. 3, though, that's going to be a bit much. So Dallas will get a reset here at the 9-meter spot as they still lead 6-2. There's 15 again. Maybe we can talk to one of the coaches, figure out who 15 is.
Yeah.
Number 3 got grabbed. That was Katia Camargo. Another reset, but Dallas running out of passes, that is. And a save for Vancouver's Lee.
And that's kind of what you want from Vancouver there. It's great long defense, force the passive, and that makes Dallas have to take a shot they don't want to take. And that was an easy goal there for their keeper.
11:27 left. Our bug is approximate. 6-2 Vancouver traveling. Right idea for Vancouver's Sari Kuno, but took too many steps.
Yeah, it was a good look. Again, just one too many steps. That's where you got to get that pitter-patter step out of your arsenal. So that way
The
you're
shuffling the feet. Now you get the same number of steps here like you do in basketball?
So you get a jump stop as your 0 step, and then you get 1, 2, 3 from there, and then you have to dribble. So
3 steps, okay.
Yep. Well, it's basically basketball.
A little more than basketball.
Basketball's becoming handball as we see 15 go top shelf again. Yeah, that's, I'm sure you've seen in plenty of should have been called travels. That
in high school, they're on it. They're diligent. When you get to the pros, it's a slightly different story.
Okay. We see
Looks like Vancouver is going to call a timeout here in just a moment.
Press the button.
There we go.
Okay.
So that will stop the clock with 10:27 left. Dallas up 7-2. It was Vancouver who got the first goal, but Dallas on a big run since then, JD. What have you seen from Dallas that has led to the 7-2 run?
I think it's the secret weapon, number 15. She's able to get shots off clean and hit top corners pretty easily. So
I'd love to know who 15 is.
that might be a recon mission for us at halftime. I think the other big thing is Vancouver's had a lot of unforced turnovers on offense, and we'll see from that. So hold on 1 second. You know, Mr. Peden, we're getting a word that neither stream is up on either court. I'm not sure if you're able to confirm that or not. Our table workers, Felix Schrock and Austin Fisher, doing a great job here, as well as our referees.
I restarted the stream, so
We will get that dialed in here as we restart play. It's a pretty long time out there. Usually it's only about a minute, so let them make some fun times here. We're all here for good sport, that's for sure. Entertainment and fun here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Westgate Casino and Resort. 10 out of 10 experience would recommend for all those ready to come back next year. Get your rooms booked. It will be wild as we see a great 5-1 defense leading to a turnover there from Dallas. There's number 5 leading that steal.
Kelsey Lott, who is one of the keepers, not playing that role in this game, but was listed as one of them. Go ahead.
Remember what I said about people wearing many different hats. So you got a center back and a goalie. Great save there on the wing. While Mike's getting things figured out here, I'll keep us rolling as Vancouver takes all the offensive possession. Let's see what they can come up with out of that timeout. Oh, great feed. Number 14 buries that one into the corner. Again, simple handball. Make somebody, have to make a move, beat the defender, draw, dish, and it'll be wide open on the inside there.
That makes the score 7-3 with 9.5 to go in the first.
As we see Dallas, 9-meter awarded for her there. She got the shot off clean, so Vancouver is a little shocked by that call. Dallas restart play. Working on setting up a play here. Center back's calling things out. A lot of orchestrating in the backcourt. Ooh. Thais, our friend from helping us set up the court yesterday. Oh no, Vancouver.
Stepped in the zone.
Insult to injury there. And they had the defensive stop. Not thinking turnover, and now they got a 7-meter.
I think that was Garcia Gomez who got into the 6-meter zone. And that woman has been money on free throws, Jacqueline Lopez.
That's her, is that her third 7, I believe, of this first half of action. So great stuff for her from the 7-meter stripe. But Vancouver's got to really limit those penalties if we're going to come back in this one. Oh, wow. That's what I was going to say. She got hit by a brick wall there.
So the goal, I think, will stand and a suspension.
Yeah. Yeah, she basically got body checked into the boards there going in to take that shot. I will say the one thing that's nice about this venue here for us is we're getting a lot of foot traffic coming between banquet halls. So you see a lot of people stopping and checking, asking some questions. Oh, that was borderline. Oh, shove from behind. Yeah, wow, this is getting out of hand here.
And that is going to give a 2-woman advantage, I think.
No.
No,
so
it's on Vancouver.
Vancouver's a lady down, and Dallas is a woman down.
Oh, so
5
on 5.
Yep. Yeah, she shoved her from behind there. That's definitely a no-go.
5 on 5.
Oh, that was a bit.
Now,
of
how does 5 on 5 go out?
So there's more space on the floor, obviously. So, both teams now can play the same handball, but there's more room to operate. That's the unique. Oh, great, as we see.
And speaking of space.
Exactly. It's just like we drew it up,
Scavone using that extra space to make it 8-5. Vancouver's hanging in there.
And that's what we saw in the previous game. It doesn't take much to make a run here and come back into these battles.
So we're going to have 5 on 5 for about another minute.
You got to be careful there. She made a step to defend the pass, and it hit off her leg. That's going to be a 2-minute if it was deemed intentional. Referees didn't think so. Dallas turnover.
Chance for Vancouver. Hand off to Scavone.
Oh, there it is.
Broke free.
You saw her little hop there to readjust. Created enough space for her to get free from the defender. And we're going to see a timeout from Dallas. Wow. Vancouver is waking up.
That's their first timeout, and as JD noted earlier, you get 2 plus a flex. 1 for each half, and then the flex you can use wherever you wish. 6:30 to go, and maybe not a surprise that Dallas is opting to use a timeout with Vancouver getting the last couple of goals here.
Yeah, Dallas had their, they had their foot on the pedal there. They had full control of this game, and we thought we were going to let this one run away. But Vancouver took their timeout and is now, I think, clawed back a good bit here, which has been good to see. Going to have a nice, interesting game. That's what we want.
8-6 the score.
Shout out to all our fans in the stands there. Got a good crew of the Dallas men's team here supporting their ladies. We'll see if Dallas settles down after that timeout. We've had a goalie change here. I would have said Valenzuela was doing a great job behind the pipes, but
Valenzuela. So did Lott take over?
Oh, that I don't know, because they're both number 1 now. So this could be actually Valenzuela. We're not really sure. So
there has been some guesswork here in day 2 of this tournament.
As you'll see, a lot of the teams, unfortunately, only have a finite number of jerseys that hit her foot. That's going to be a turnover. Great work from the Vancouver defense. They're forcing that skip pass, which is not an easy pass, and that's what leads to turnover.
Vancouver. They'll be back at full strength in just a minute. Dallas returning to full strength.
All right, Vancouver's going to be back to full strength here now, and so our 5-on-5 fun is over. Yeah, Vancouver was called for stepping inside the 6 during that shot. So we'll see how Dallas responds.
Number 15.
We'll
Right.
See. Yeah, here she comes. Here's
15.
a shot.
Running off that screen.
She buried that one, and she went low too, which is interesting. Changing up for keep the goalie on her toes. But you could tell that 15 was taking that shot as soon as she got the ball.
Just over 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, we'll see what Vancouver is struggling with ball movement right now. It's one of those things, fatigue definitely a factor here. You got to make sure you're mentally sound and physically sound to play an entire game. Oh, great find. Strong defense there from number 15.
There was a grab though, and that will give Vancouver a chance to reset.
You can hear the Vancouver bench telling them to move without the ball, and that is so true.
No matter the sport. There's another one. 15 getting around. I do see the official putting up his hand, so Vancouver will have to make their move shortly.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you're not moving, the defense isn't moving, and there's not going to be anywhere to go. Oh!
Tough shot. It clanked off of the crossbar. Dallas, they had those lanes covered up.
Yeah, there was 2 ladies completely blocking any opportunity for her to squeak a shot by, but she got one just a little too high. Oh, great move there.
And they follow up with a goal from Greasy Gonzaga.
Yeah, shake and bake, not much the Vancouver defense could do to stop that.
Dallas up by 4. They led 7-2. Mike Beaton and J.D. Orr. You'll see J.D. later on this court in the second of 2 group stage games today. This is the women's group stage round.
Yeah, we'll be taking on the Miami Storms in our later matchup, so that'll be an interesting one.
They put up 40 this morning,
yeah,
so
I'm not excited about that.
On Dallas, so we'll see what you have for them.
Yep, I could make a couple saves. I don't know if I don't want to put any words in my mouth or thoughts in my head about how many goals I'm going to let them score on me. So
fewer than you, right?
Yes, yes.
We've got a timeout. No, not a timeout. That's a suspension.
Ooh. Yep. I think I can't remember if Thais already had one. But one thing, Mike, if you did not hear that, if you get 3 2-minute penalties in a game, that's a red card.
3 suspensions. Yep, 3 strikes, you're out. So number 8 out for 2 minutes. That is Kirsten Wright, who was hit with the suspension. Dallas gets the stop.
Yeah, Vancouver was trying to force their way in and nowhere to go. Excuse me. I was up at 5 a.m. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for picking up sandbags. You see a great goal there from Dallas.
A shorty for Greasy Gonzaga. And I was telling Marcus about this handball, the one sport where I feel you can pick up those shorthanded goals pretty easily. Hockey and lacrosse can be a little tougher, but here, not so much.
Yeah, it's really all about just moving the ball side to side, wing to wing, making the defense have to stretch out. You'll find an opening at some point.
Under 2 minutes to go.
One thing you will see is a lot of teams will pull a goalie just to get back to 6-on-6. The only downside there is now you got an empty net. Oh!
That was a nice set for Vancouver, and a well-placed shot by Scavone.
Yeah, she caught that ball, shot it before the defense could get set, including the goalie. Put it perfect spot in the corner.
15 says right back at you.
She is absolute money. I think that's her 4th goal of today's match.
That was just a power move on her part.
Yeah, swam to the left and finished near post, so not a lot of room to operate, but she found a way to get to pay dirt.
Under a minute to go.
Steps.
Takazawa had it, but
took one too many steps there in finding a way to get that breakthrough shot.
so no goal in about 30 seconds. Take your time is what the Dallas coach is saying.
Oh, no.
Instead, Vancouver will get a chance. Scavone trying to make a solo effort, and does.
Oh, wow, she's putting the team on her back right now these last 2 offensive sessions.
Got held up by a Dallas player, shook off that coverage, and fired one in. Dallas with time, and a grab, players tumbling. That's the end of the half.
Hold on,
but
they're going to give a 7-meter here, an untimed down, basically our football equivalent.
Number 14, whose name we don't have, got taken down. And here's 15 with the free throw.
Yep.
And that could be a momentum turner, JD. I know 3 goals isn't that much, but Vancouver worked their way back to get within striking range, and now Dallas will take a 12-9 lead going into the break.
Yeah, it's never good when you make a stop there and have control, and then at the very end of the half, you just give up an easy goal. So we're going to take a nice little 8-minute halftime break. But Mike, what do you think? What did you see there in the first half of action that stuck out to you?
Trying to remember what I saw as I was putting out a couple
you were
of
a busy
fires.
man here.
Well, Dallas, I think that 7-2 run after Vancouver scored. Yeah, we did lose some connectivity issues here. I think this is so this is I'm trying to find it.
There's another convention. Yeah.
We're the pass-through convention.
So I guess it's the only way.
Oh, I see what's going on.
Game or in game? Not to be judged.
Okay, we're live now. We're back. We're live. That's our feed. Yep. I'm gonna subscribe to this channel just so that I remember where it is. Okay, so we're up and running. We had some buffering problems. Mike Peden and JD Orr with you. We're about to start the second half. Dallas leads Vancouver 12-9. We got our stream back up and running. Our hotspot decided to update itself during halftime. But you know how technology works. It doesn't care about your feelings. It does what it wants when it wants to.
Yeah, I think that's a very opportune time there for the system to do an update. We see Vancouver needs to maybe do an update there to get their offense rolling.
Well, what we've seen from Dallas, I think those timely plays, I talked about it in the last game. Sometimes it comes down to that. But number 15, Gonzaga, I know, has made a few plays as well. They just seem like they were a little more poised. That 7-2 run to take the lead, a big part in this game, a big piece of this story.
Yeah, you got confident shooters on Dallas that you can tell have had some experience. That one is a rough pass. Playing with Stickum is also a transition thing for a lot of players. That a lot of these athletes have been playing with Stickum for a majority of their life, so they're used to it. But you bring a new person on the scene, that ball's going straight into the ground. Oh, jeez.
Ouch.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, she is.
That's Jacqueline Lopez, who she's okay. She'll have to sub out, I think, or no, will they keep her in? And she took that shot attempt right in the chest area.
She is still feeling it here. She's got to take her necklace off.
They are still running the clock.
You just have to take your necklace off.
So Lopez will sub out, I think, to get the necklace off. And
yep, we're all good here. Time for some handball.
Underway here in the second half. This is the first of 2 women's group stage games, just 1 women's group in this tournament. And we'll see everyone take the floor again later this evening.
Yeah, full day of handball today and tomorrow.
Vancouver will get the ball back.
Strong defense there from Dallas. They thought they had a nice steal.
Looks like Kelsey Lott, who I believe is number 5, may have been a little too grabby, so to speak. And again, that's the tough part. Marcus was talking about the discretion as we get another whistle there. If you keep your assignment in front of you, you're fine. But if they get past you, that's where, yeah, that's where it gets interesting. Well, Vancouver lets go. Lets one go, that is. It's Scavone again. She has provided Vancouver with that offensive spark.
I don't know what she did there, but she's holding the back of her head. I think she's going to need to come out here after this defensive segment. But she's been the spark that Vancouver's needed, that's for sure.
There's a grab, and Scavone still holding her head and directing traffic, it seems.
Yeah,
she wants to stay in there.
15, and she's a determined fighter there, and she's not coming out. Oh, she waved off the sub from the coach.
She says, I've got this.
We'll see what she can draw up here on this offensive possession. Oh, that's not great. That's got away with one there. That might have been considered foot.
Takazawa was able to get to the ball at number 5, Giselle Scheck.
Number 11
the grab.
Vancouver is pretty tall.
That's Kelsey Sterling. Takazawa running into some trouble. High pass.
Oh no.
I think 14, Emma Loftblatt got in the zone.
Emma was gifted that goal. The ball fell right to her at pivot. Couldn't capitalize with it. We'll see how Dallas responds now that they're locking off top scorer, number 15.
Blatt bounces one in.
That's how you put somebody in the spin cycle right there. Beautiful spin. Allowed her to create the space she needed to get that shot off.
14-9, Vancouver trailing Dallas. Dallas with their largest lead of the game. That wall cut off number 13 for Vancouver.
Good defense from Dallas. Vancouver, good ball movement, just nowhere to go. High pressure defense there. That one's off the foot. That's going to be Dallas ball.
Dallas evading one secure grab. They'll back off, have a chance to get their offense set.
Yeah, that was good fast break defense from Vancouver to deny the easy goal scoring opportunity. Oh, what's going on there? Okay.
Well, what's going on is Vancouver snatching a takeaway from Abdallah. The lob, Scavone again.
She is the lifeblood of this Vancouver squad right now on the offensive side. She's still holding her neck. I'm not sure what's going on. I think we got a trainer bringing her some ice so she can take a break here and deal with that injury.
Dallas looking to deal some more offense, but an errant pass.
Oh, man.
Will hand the ball back to Vancouver.
It's 2 turnovers in a row there for number 2 from Dallas, and that's unfortunate break. Vancouver gets a goal here. It'll be very interesting.
There it is. It comes from number 11, Kelsey Sterling.
She might be literally a foot taller than a lot of the people on the Dallas squad. That's a huge factor. As we see the goalies make a swap here for Dallas.
Latt subbing out for Dallas, and Valenzuela subbing in.
Oh, we might have an injury stoppage of time. Got an injury stoppage.
22:55, and who is the stoppage for?
It was for our number 2.
Abdallah.
Yep.
She looks to be all right. So back to action we go, 15.
Bulldozing her way through, nowhere to go.
She did draw the grab foul, though.
Oh.
And the ball goes off the foot. Now, is that a kickball officially? Well, that's Scavone who kicks in another one.
Into the
Yes,
back of the
she's,
net.
to borrow a phrase from Emerald Lagasse, she is kicking things up another notch.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I couldn't see quite what the situation was over on the far side of the court. But, you know, that's one way to capitalize on a turnover. Transition goals. That's how you come back.
Dallas with the answer.
Beautiful bounce shot.
Gonzaga with the score.
It's one of those things you don't see often in the other sports, maybe only lacrosse, because hockey you can't really get a bounce shot, and soccer it's not also normal. So the bounce shot's a whole other factor for the goalie to have to deal with.
Scavone. Shot from the right side, picked up by Valenzuela.
She steps back into the cage and gets a nice, easy save there from the wing. Good goalkeeping from Dallas has definitely helped them stay in a nice lead.
Making a sub, bringing in number 18. Quite a few numbers that don't match up with what we see, at least based on the programs we were given.
Trying to find a pivot there, not a lot of room to operate, but Scavone's still locking off number 15 here, and that's clearly disrupted this Dallas offense.
Gonzaga laces one in the top right corner.
Yeah, she saw her drift over from the left to the middle part of the court. Defense had to move to pick her up, and that's what created that shooting lane for her.
16-12 our score. Valenzuela. What do we have?
We got a 7-meter defense playing inside the 6. It was a great feed. Defense moved over and then just went a little bit too far to try to cover that.
That will give Scavone, who has lit up the score sheet for Vancouver, a chance to light up another one.
I mean, is that her third or fourth this half alone? She is doing everything on offense.
Well, if we can get our stat monitor up and running, I'll be able to tell you. We haven't had that at our disposal yet.
In time, ladies and gentlemen, we got.
I'm guessing tomorrow all the kinks will be worked out. And in your case, JD, you don't have to get concrete tomorrow morning.
I'm done getting building supplies.
No more setting up.
Yes, I'm thankful for that. Might be able to enjoy some Vegas time this evening. We got a game at 2, and then it's Freedom to Rome and Viva Las Vegas. Oh, that pass goes between everybody's legs.
Maybe you'll sleep until 6 tomorrow.
Yeah. That extra 30 minutes will be just enough for me to tear it up in the first half of our game tomorrow.
Here comes Vancouver trying to tear up another one, but didn't see what happened there. The Dallas coaches in front of us here. We are next to the scores table, bird's eye view, but I would think maybe a kick ball or something.
Yeah, I think she might have slipped out of bounds there.
Or that too.
A lot of travels today. Oh, great find.
But the ball leaked out. Okay, it is Vancouver ball. The officials just stopped play.
They were kind of deciding whether they wanted to blow the whistle or not. I said, nah, it's okay. Be goalie ball. Again, that discretion a huge factor in, a lot of these how the referees handle the game. Oh, tip, save out of bounds there. Way to make the save off of the deflection. One of the hardest things to do.
Valenzuela with another stop, and with 19 minutes and 26 seconds approximately in the second half, Dallas holding on to that 3-goal lead. They are trying to prevent a Vancouver run.
It was close. It's a lot closer than you would have thought, given how the Dallas was controlling in that first half. Strong defense from Vancouver there. I would, if I'm Dallas, definitely be putting number 15 in the backcourt. That's where she's been able to succeed. You put her in at pivot, there's more opportunity for people to help out to deny her a shot. Ooh. Another 7-meter going to be awarded here.
And a Dallas free throw forthcoming.
Lopez back in after taking off of her chain.
She'll try to chain up another goal and does with the fake on Lee.
Bounce shot right there, got the better of Lee. She sailed out, she was there, but unfortunately just bounced a little bit too high for her.
How do you prep for those free throws knowing that ball handler, that shooter is going to at least consider running a fake?
Yeah, for me, obviously it depends on who the shooter is. I think a lot of the American shooters, they pick a side premeditated, and you could just kind of play the guessing game. Which is kind of just what I do as a goalie. I pick a direction and just go all out and hope for the best. You see a turnover there from Vancouver. Dallas will look to extend this lead here. Long offensive set, calm things down. Or not. Giant pass to the pivot. Trying to force her way in through 2 defenders. If you got 2 people on you, what does that mean? Somebody's open.
Dallas resetting.
Good wing-to-wing movement.
Abdallah, off-balance shot. Vancouver did a great job sealing off those lanes.
Abdallah's going for the floater there, trying to float it over top of the keeper, and just missed the bar by a few inches. Dallas bench was looking for a penalty infraction, or a substitution infraction. And I think our table is a little tough to see the substitution lines, so asking a lot here.
What we did see was Emma Loftblad getting a goal to make it 17-14.
Keep chipping away if you're Vancouver. You're not out of this one yet.
Lopez to Gonzaga.
Oh, wow. She's just taking defenders out on her path.
15, the bulldozer. Dallas will reset outside the 9-meter line.
There's more bulldozing going on, and this time 7 meters is going to be awarded for playing defense inside the 6. Lopez is going to step up to the stripe, taking her sweet old time here. And looks like the Vancouver players are trying to get a word in with the referee. Better be careful. You might get another 2-minute here off of that.
Lopez got it.
He has been money from the 7-meter stripe. Total different shot selection, speeds. That's what you want to see. Keep the goalie guessing.
We've seen a few calls where the defense gets into that 6-meter zone.
That one looked like it might have hit off of her leg there, but referees say let things play. Save from Valenzuela. What?
Pass intercepted. 1-on-2 for Vancouver.
So that would be a continuation there, similar to soccer, where a foul was called, but she took too many steps, so eventually the referee's like, okay, I'll give you your penalty now.
Vancouver ball. Valenzuela with another save against Giselle Scheck.
Yeah, back to your point on the 7 meters, it's tough because when you're collapsing down, trying to play help defense, that's when you're going to be stepping inside the 6 if you're not careful.
Lopez used up her dribble. Now Gonzaga.
She's got 3 ladies on the top of her back there. Got to keep the ball moving.
Dallas getting a couple of resets here. There's number 18, one of the plows, so to speak. She in 15.
They are a absolute bear to deal with on defense. Oh. Wow, Vancouver almost had the steal there off the inbound on the corner.
From the left side, Gonzaga now at the middle. Sends it wide right.
It's a good shot attempt. Just couldn't get it on cage.
Scheck sent away by Valenzuela, and she's going to take her time fielding this one. And now the ball rolls underneath the net.
She might be taking a little extra time here to milk the clock as long as possible here to get out of this one. You know, Vancouver really needed that goal there to keep things interesting. They're still in this one, but being down 2 is a lot better than 3.
We have 12:25 left. And Dallas scores a big one.
Looks like the Vancouver coach is going to call a timeout here. Talk things over.
Juliet Beatrin.
And that one snuck under the foot of Lee. Don't often see a right-handed shot from that side of the court.
So we have 12:15 left in the second half. 19-14 the score. We'll get our clock caught up to the scoreboard here. And remind you that our next game will feature Matif Salt Lake and California Eagles in the second women's group stage game. Then we come back for the second round of men's Division II group stage play, Miami and Columbus. So JD will be ready to go, followed by Dallas and Minnesota.
A lot of good handball still to be played here over on court 2. Good competitive matches. So stick around the YouTube page now that we got everything figured out.
So we hope.
Yes. If you see anything wrong, please say something in the comments or reach out to us on our Instagram page.
Well, if you go by that route, if you see something wrong, how many would chime in saying, who is this new guy calling the sport? This is my first experience calling handball. I've learned a lot already in the several games we've had a chance to present to you here on YouTube, and we're learning a lot about the strategery. I think that's Daryl Waltrip's old term.
Yeah.
That comes into play. Here's Vancouver. Valenzuela, I can't always see it because of our vantage point, but Going off of body language, JD, I'm going to say Valenzuela has come up with some solid stops here as Dallas slowly extends their lead.
She's confident with her saves as well, so I think that's good here in the late stages for Dallas. Oh, they're going to call her number 14 for forcing. Got to be careful. Oh, got to restart from the spot of the foul.
We've seen that happen a couple of times. Teams want to go. I'm guessing you're no exception.
Oh, yes.
As soon as you get that ball, you want to floor it. But if a whistle is called,
and
you got to go back.
Yep. Painful, painful, painful.
How many times? Miami in their first game this morning got stopped a couple of times by that.
Yeah, especially teams that like to go pretty quick on offense. That's where. Oh, another stuff there from Valenzuela.
The Dallas defense coming together and walling off Vancouver. Now, this is only the first group stage game, so you still get a couple of chances, but starting it off with a win is helpful for placing.
It definitely puts you in the driver's seat to, control your own destiny. Oh, save there from Lee off the deflection.
And it will bounce back to Vancouver. Transition chance, outlet pass, though, not on target. And now Vancouver had one go off the foot. A kick ball hands it back to Vancouver. Things are getting a little frenetic here.
Oh, this is your back and forth handball you were looking for. And now we're going to get a 2-minute for, some contact around the throat here for number 18. And a 7-meter. All right,
free
Scavone.
throw. And that's Scavone, who has been the money player for Vancouver throughout this one.
One of those coaching strategy, items is how to get substitutions in accordingly to give your players the best case. And Scavone was taking a break here, I think, so that she can finish out this game and help lead her team to a victory.
Just under 10 minutes. And remember, in group stage play, it is possible to end in a tie.
Save from Lee there.
It was a tough shot. Ball rolls in. Only Lee can pick it up. Remember, only the goalie's allowed to enter that 6-meter zone. Outlet pass overthrown and picked off.
Didn't need that pass right there.
Dallas throws it away.
Oh, that should have been a penalty.
Vancouver does get it across. A bump from behind. They're going to. Are they going to allow the goal?
The goal will stand.
Yes, and that will be a goal.
Will be awarded. That is a big-time no-no in transition.
Naveri will get the goal.
Yeah, clear goal scoring opportunity. She shoved her from behind. That's dangerous play. So now Vancouver, 2 ladies up.
2-woman advantage for about a minute here. Tight spot for Dallas, and they get a goal out of it.
Oh, wow. Lee thought she had it. She pulled her legs together there, but couldn't close them fast enough.
Juliet Beatrin bounces one in. Vancouver with the answer. It's Zaveri again. But JD, a shorthanded goal in a 2-woman down scenario, that could be another one of those turning points.
Yeah. If you're Vancouver here, you got to capitalize as much as possible on this 2-person advantage. Sorry for our lack of communication on the Vancouver side. We got the entire Dallas men's team standing in front of us.
Vancouver trying to get the outlet pass, and they do. Whoa, my goodness.
Huge sequence of events here for Vancouver. They're going to capitalize it, and they're going to force the Dallas squad to call a timeout.
That, I think, was number 9, Takazawa, caught up to that ball, and at the last moment was able to get a shot off before the 6-meter zone. Talk about improvisation.
Yeah, that's a great transition play there from Vancouver. Dallas has been coming down, making some unforced errors, and that's allowed Vancouver to come and get some quick goals and really storm right back into this game.
2-goal game, 7:56 to go, JD. What should we expect in this final 8 minutes?
I think you're going to see number 15 for Dallas come back into the backcourt. That's what they're going to need if they're going to come and control this victory. You're going to see Vancouver Scavone, the magic maker, continue to make plays, and it should be interesting. An interesting last few minutes of handball action here on court 2.
Again, Massif Salt Lake and California will follow in our second women's group stage game.
All I can hope for is that we can see these last few moments keep collecting bodies here as the game gets closer and closer.
You did talk about the number of passers-by taking a peek at this tournament. I suppose that interest extends to the players themselves, particularly those that are fielding 2 clubs for men and women.
Yep. Yeah, it's good to see camaraderie between the city clubs together, one big family. And like I said, here's number 15 back at the backcourt, but you know who's guarding her? Scavone.
2-goal game. 7:45 to go. Still one more suspension for Dallas before they're back at full strength.
Looked away for a moment there. I think we got called for a 3-second delay. Oh!
Valenzuela with the save on Takizawa.
Valenzuela was looking for the call that said she got hit in the face. Referee was standing right there. Said it got hit in the chest, so no penalty awarded. Again, from Dallas, if you got 2 players guarding, you know, my apologies, they're back to even strength. Forgot about all their penalties.
They had that 2-woman advantage, Vancouver did. They did get a couple goals out of it, but let's not forget about Beatron's goal. Short-handed. It's one thing 5-on-6, but another when you're 4-on-6. Great setup by Dallas. They were laying back, and you almost forgot that number 11 was there.
Hiding in the corner, great wing goal, even from a right-hander. She went right under Lee's foot. Lee lifted her leg up. She's got to keep those feet on the ground if she's going to make that save.
And that was a new formation, JD. Usually I'll see a lot of offensive sets close to that 9-7 meter line, 6 meter line, so to speak. But that last goal by Dallas, they extended the defense. You see that sometimes in basketball to set up a player down low, and in that case, they set up number 11 on that wing.
Yeah, it was a good skip pass. Wow.
That's not what I had in mind when someone asked me to play Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah, that's two high caliber players going full speed and running into each other. She's not good.
And that will stop the clock with 5:48. That's number 18.
This is not good.
Uh-oh.
She knows it's bad. Oh.
Looks like a knee.
Great work from her
injury.
teammates to carry her off the court here. She is in a lot of pain here. We're going to need to work on getting the medic over here to help get her settled. Dallas collected injuries here as one of the players from the men's team's already on a set of crutches. So I think she's going to be done for the weekend here after that. And this is another reminder here that in handball, if you get an injury, 3 offensive possessions you got to sit out if you've had a medical timeout where the medical staff has had to enter the court of play.
Well, keep an eye on 18. Remember, Dallas is scheduled to play another group stage game later today, but they are rising to the challenge. Number 15, I hope we can get all the names and numbers lined up because 15 has been a beast for Dallas today.
She has definitely carried their offense. You can tell when she's on and off the court. So
Scavone nearly mishandled it, got a push off though, so Vancouver will keep it. And JD, in a crucial stretch, Dallas has scored 2 goals to go back up by 4 when it looked like Vancouver might have a pathway back in it.
Yep, anything's possible though here.
Well, I'll tell you what's possible. A Gonzaga score. That's 3 in a row for Dallas. And now a suspension.
Okay, so this is another unique handball rule here. So you see the center circle? on the restart of play, if you are in the opposing team and run through that circle while their other team's trying to restart their offense, you get called for a 2-minute. That one was a bit of a weak call, I'll admit, but Gonzaga's going to be taking a seat, and this is just the spark Vancouver needs if they're going to come back into this one.
So just to reiterate, the team that scored, in this case Dallas, you can't enter that center circle while the other team is starting a new possession.
Exactly.
Vancouver misfires on the shot attempt.
Needed that one. That one would have been huge for Vancouver in their comeback. But unfortunately, nothing going there. With that woman advantage, you really got to work at wing to wing. Having no left-handers, you'd prefer to end up on the left wing, not the right wing. Scavone still locking off number 15. We'll see what the rest of the Vancouver defense does to limit Dallas's options.
Traveling call. And then, okay, Dallas was saying travel, but officials said, no, you got to go back.
Yep, the correct restart position of play.
I've seen that occasionally in lacrosse where players, if they draw a foul, and they changed the rules this year where girls lacrosse players don't have to wait.
Yep.
But if
it's an instant restart with a go-ahead from the
right,
referee. Yep.
But you have to go back to the restart point. So
right.
I've seen that happen where the officials had to call them back, basically saying, no, no, no.
Again, frustrating here for Vancouver on that, as they could have used that fast break opportunity, as that one from number 8 doesn't connect. Easy save for Valenzuela.
Zaveri didn't have the best of angles there. Dallas, I'd say their defense throughout this game, whether it was that 7-2 run to start or even in crunch time here as we have about 3 minutes to go, getting those clutch stops.
And good goaltending as well has helped them keep in this lead here. Oh no, okay. Thought that was about to be a Vancouver turnover on the inbound.
Valenzuela went back in the middle of the second half after subbing out, and butterfly effect makes it hard to really tell you, well, Vancouver gets a goal when they need it most from Marta Garcia Gomez, but they're running out of time.
And just like that, Dallas is back to even strength. You know, Garcia Gomez, we needed that shot all game. I don't know where that's been, but that was a downhill freight train of a shot.
About 2:20 to go. Little give and go. 11 fires.
There's
Lee.
a save from Lee.
But the rebound went to Gonzaga.
We got a stoppage of play here. 2 minute for number 14.
Another suspension.
So dangerous play there from number 14. That's what she's going to find her way to the bench for that one.
And how about Gonzaga? The rebound went right to her, and she was outside the 6-meter zone. She knew exactly what to do with it.
Yeah, it's always nice when you, as a goalie on the opposite side, you see your team get a rebound off of a goalie save and score. That's awesome. But it's on your on the goalie making the save. It's tough because you made the first save, you just can't make the second one.
Hockey, I've noted this, sometimes soccer as well, the toughest shots to stop are those second opportunities.
That's why it's so crucial for both teams to try to recover those, bounce backs.
Dallas can work the clock here with about 90 seconds to go. Traveling call, but with a 5-goal lead, JD, I think Dallas has done enough to get a group stage win.
Yeah, I think if Vancouver's going to come back into this, they're going to need quite a few 2-minute advantages like we saw when they were on that 4-6 advantage and they made their run. Scavone's going to have to get hot. They're going to have to start shooting at will here if they're going to come back.
Down by 5, and I don't see Vancouver trying to push the pace here. Of course, they'll have another group stage game, so even if they don't get the win, they'll have a chance to get themselves back into that seeding hunt.
Yep. I'd let you know what I'm watching, but all I'm watching is
that makes two of us.
Coaching staff here.
That makes two of us. And there will be third and first place games.
Who
after
else
the
but
conclusion.
Scavone in transition? Huge, huge, huge save from Valenzuela there.
And that will do it with 20 seconds to go. Dallas, after giving up the opening goal of the game, went on a 7-2 run, and they're going to call a timeout with 13 seconds left.
Not really sure I understand the mindset on that timeout here. I would probably just let the game end. So, but you can do whatever you want to do. You're the coach.
I guess. Well, our next game will start in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
12:45. Matif Salt Lake and California Eagles.
I know we're running maybe a little bit behind schedule on this court just because of some of our delays from the morning, but good opportunity for some other great handball to be played. We see those teams warming up on our practice area between courts 1 and 2.
So Dallas using a timeout. I guess they don't carry over to the next game.
Yep, you use them if you got them.
I will admit it is a little bewildering to call it when you have the game locked up, but I'm not coaching. So, you know what? Maybe that's why they called the timeout.
15 needed more goals. She's going for top scorer of the tournament.
And it's a final. 25-19. Dallas gets the group stage opening win. That 7-2 run, JD, turned out to be the difference.
Yeah, I think, you know, when at the early stage of this game, seeing how Dallas was so commanding, we thought this was going to be an absolute Dallas taking it away, no problem. But Vancouver, they found their way back, and it just was a little too little, too late situation.
But they'll be back at it later this afternoon as we continue group stage play. We'll be back in a few minutes for Matif Salt Lake and California Eagles in our second women's group stage game right here at Court 2 as we continue live coverage of the U.S. Handball Union National Championships.